What's up guys and girls, welcome to another video. In this video I want to finally show you proof that the reason why the scar on Thor's stomach never healed was because of the poison that was inside of the axe. Now I was told this information months ago by Eric Williams himself, but it didn't feel right to just tell you this is what the director said. Instead I wanted to show you, so I waited until I can finally put something to it, and I finally found that proof. So in the very first game, when you meet the serpent for the first time, Kratos threw his axe in the water and the world serpent gave it back to us. But if you look on the side of your screen, you can see that a substance is now inside of the axe. This is poison. Now in God of War Ragnarok, there is a very rare conversation that you can get in Asgard. Thank you to this user for actually showing me and bringing this up to me. In this rare conversation that you can get, Forseti was actually investigating Thor's poison. Thank you to this user for actually linking me this information, because I really missed this entirely.
Saw Forseti the other day.
How tragic for you. What was he doing?
Investigating the kitchen.
For what?
He'd somehow gotten it into his head that someone was trying to poison Thor.
What a roundabout way to commit suicide that would be. Poison Thor. Why not try to destroy a mountain using a soup spoon?
That's what I told Forseti.
Except more politely, I'd assume.
Except considerably more politely, yes.
So as the two women are talking, they're discussing Forseti and him investigating. Now he's actually in the kitchen trying to find out how this poison got inside of Thor. It seems that even though we didn't see him, Forseti is in the background investigating things. There's actually one more scene in the game, and that is when Loki actually finds the final piece of the mask while with Thor. And then Sif arrives and says that Forseti has proof that Atreus' dad, Kratos, killed Heimdall. Here is that scene as well.
Loki, we did it. We are on the verge of great things. All of our work together.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. You are here. Why?
His father murdered Heimdall. Forseti has proof. Take him.
No. Leave him alone. I command it.
You said no more Aesir blood would be spilled. You said family comes first. You don't think that this is retribution for him being here?
So that is twice that Forseti got mentioned, and as far as I know, this is the only two mentions of the god that we hear of. But we actually didn't see him. But this may actually go hand in hand with his true mythology as well. Now, going over to NorseMythology.org, I decided to do some research on who Forseti actually is. Now, this website is probably one of the most credible websites when it comes to Norse mythology things, and they straight up say that he was only mentioned twice in Old Norse literature. Who is the god Forseti, and why was he investigating things in the background in God of War Ragnarok? According to this website, oldnorse.org, he was a law speaker, and he was a very divine person when it comes to justice and truth. He was very, very into law and things of that nature. So it does make perfect sense why his character would be investigating these type of things, investigating Heimdall's death and Thor's poison. So the only way Thor could have possibly got poison is because of the poison that came out of the serpent. In the traditional mythology, the poison actually plays a big role. As the Ragnarok battle is going on, Thor and the serpent are fighting it out. The serpent sprays Thor with poison. Thor is so angered that he hits the serpent so hard, the serpent finally dies. However, the poison also kills Thor around the same time. In God of War 2018, once we get the poison from the serpent himself and we fight Thor, this is the reason why the scar never healed, but it did not kill Thor because it wasn't the whole poison like in the traditional mythology. This was only a little bit of the poison that was in the axe, but it was still enough to give Thor a scar and have Forseti notice that Thor was poisoned. That's pretty much all I have for you in this God of War Ragnarok video. It feels so good to finally get this information out there because, again, I have been holding on to this information for a long time. The fact that Thor's scar was put there because of the poison that was in the serpent, and this is why it never healed. And it feels so good to finally put something to this information. But thank you so much to Eric Williams for telling me this in the first place, and thank you so much to the user on Twitter for sending me this clip, finally allowing me to talk about the scar. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Remember to subscribe to the channel, especially if you're a returning viewer. A lot of people are actually watching my videos, but they don't know that they're subscribed, so I really do appreciate it. Later, everybody.